Welcome to the number one friendship podcast in the country. I'm Aaron Karo.
I'm Matt Ritter.
And guys, make sure to go to audible.com/the buddy system to check out our Audible original and manoftheyearpodcast.com to grab our merch. And for this conversation, youtube.com/manoftheyearpodcast to watch our episodes and clips. Matt, can you see that I've got like a couple red spots on my nose?
I mean, sure. I don't really like looking at you that close up, but yeah.
Well, just look for this. Look for this. So I had two spots on my nose, one like on my sideburn. So I went to the dermatologist.
Syphilis.
It's actinic keratosis, which is basically a sunspot. It's just basically a sunspot.
Oh yeah, we're getting old.
So this is post treatment. So she takes the liquid nitrogen and she freezes the three spots because they're quote precancerous, which just means like it could be cancer, but it's probably not.
Yeah.
Have you ever had any skin? Because you have olive skin.
Yeah, I don't really. And Jesse's had a few of those, but I've never had that. It may be a skin complexion thing, but I've never had any of that. But I do think that at a certain age, you just have to go get things shot off of your body, lasered and tased and peeled and burned and frozen.
I mean, and my dad, because he's bald, like he gets stuff taken out of his head, like almost with like a tuna scooper. Just they scoop a bunch of shit out. Every time I see him, he's got a Band-Aid on his head.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. It feels like, what's the age where you're just walking around with a Band-Aid once a month? 60? 70?
I hope it's probably like 65.
Yeah, you just have like a random Band-Aid over your part of your ear.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Or just like, oh, what happened? It's like one of your eye is covered. Oh, they had to cut off a piece of my eyelid. It was precancerous.
Are you and by the way, these doctors, I mean, it's crazy. She goes, it's precancerous. Then she just walks out. I'm like, can I get some information? Like, what does that mean? Like, I have to go to ChatGPT, and then ChatGPT explained everything. But
my mom used to always say she was like pre-diabetic, and then she wasn't, and then she was again, and now she's not. Yeah. Like, what does that mean?
Yeah, pre-diabetic. I mean,
aren't we all one cookie away from being diabetic?
I mean, we're both pre-diabetic, technically.
Right.
Technically. Are you a good, I think we've talked about this like years ago. Are you a good sun screen? Like you good with suns and hats and shit?
Yes, but only because I'm married to a very fair-skinned person.
Oh yeah.
So because well, it's hard to tell if Julian's fair skinned. We thought he wasn't at first, but now it's like now he's turning blonde. I don't know what's happening. Yeah. But Brenner is also fair skinned and blonde. So we've got to slather these guys up. So it would just be like weird if I was like, nah, you know, so I just do it.
Yeah. What about pre-kids?
Well, with Jesse, I was always doing it but my dad didn't believe in sunblock.
I mean, I can't think of anything more on crazy. The government is like there's fluoride in it, chemtrails in the sun.
Yeah, and Jesse's dad doesn't believe in it either, which is hilarious because he just gets lobster red.
Oh gosh. Was one other thing I was going to say. Oh yeah, when you go for a run, and for longtime listeners, Matt will know, Matt goes for a run in a white V-neck Hanes undershirt.
It's not exclusively. You know, I have other shirts. It's not exclusively.
Listening to a podcast on speakerphone, holding his phone in the air.
That part is accurate, but I do have other shirts other than the Hanes V-neck.
You don't. So when you're doing that, do you wear suntan lotion?
No, I'm not. I mean, it depends on what time of day. If it's in the morning, not really. Yeah. I think I only wear sunblock when it's the height of the day and I'm going to be exposed. I don't wear it if I'm not going to be exposed. Like I don't just put on sunblock because I'm going outside.
Well, you know, that's the thing. Like people now, obviously I'm Googling and talking to people. People have suntan lotion that's mixed with their moisturizer. They've got all.
No, I know. Are you doing daily sunblock? I'm not doing that.
I mean, I leave the house less than you. I mean, I never leave the house. You leave the house a lot.
Right. I leave the house every day, a lot. So honestly, I only will really put on suntan lotion if we're going to like a park and I'm going to be like stuck in the sun.
Right. So it's just one of those things. I got to be more careful. I got a little cocky.
You did? You mean it was because you stopped using?
No, I don't use. I go for a run. You know, every Saturday, my big run. outside. Summer when we have parties and patio bars.
Yeah,
We're starting
patio bar is the cancer haven.
exactly.
If you recall, I had a bit on my album about how like our friends were getting the cabanas for the girls and the bottles, and I was getting it to avoid melanoma.
Yes, yes, yes,
Because
yes.
Vegas is the melanoma capital.
Vegas. Oh gosh, with
There's no shade anywhere.
yeah, and it's just bouncing off the pavement. Disgusting.
Everything, yeah, it's just these melanoma shots everywhere.
Anyway, that's my health update. It is going to be an awkward segue, I think, because I told you I wanted to talk to you about saying yes. Best friend Mike hit me up the other day and invited me to something, and he said, you're very particular. You don't usually say yes, and it's both accurate and like it's not like something I'm proud of. It's not like a good thing to hear someone say about you.
It's just who you are.
It's just who I am. But over the course of the 3+ years we're doing this podcast, you've, I think, been very known. You've been known as a yes man in a good way.
Yeah,
People ask you for plans. You're there. You're spontaneous. I think that was what your New Year's resolution 2 years ago. Be even more spontaneous.
yeah.
I'm trying to be say yes more. And you said to me yesterday, you're trying to say no more. So are we going in opposite directions? And what does it mean for friendship?
I don't think we're going in the opposite directions as much as we are both coming closer to the mean.
Oh,
Right? I mean, yes,
yeah.
yes, we're going in opposite directions in some level, but I think we were both on the extreme end and maybe not in a healthy way. For both of us.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Well, it's
think we're both
interesting.
getting healthier. What I'm saying is, I think we're both getting better. We're both getting wiser. I don't know, maybe more in touch with what we desire in life. Truly, you
That's
know,
interesting.
because I think for me, let me just say this. You know, I come from a yes. Part of it is like, I don't know, need to be liked. There's some deep seated thing about that. Um, you know, feeling like I
Mm,
won't get invited again if I don't say yes. Some
right.
childhood stuff there, right? Uh, but part of my getting away from the automatic yes is, I never felt there were hidden costs before.
Say more
You know what I
about
mean?
that.
So I was younger, had unlimited energy, had unlimited time, had money to burn, as we know, lighting it on fire. And now it's not just the family thing. It's that I'm a little more tired. I get a little more drained from a long day of work or even after a workout. So I have to conserve my energy. I have to prioritize it. So I think it's a little more like, for me, it's when I say no, it's like, okay, it's if I don't want to do it, I don't do it. I used to just do a lot more stuff that I don't want to do,
Right.
but I still think it's okay to do that. But it's like, for me, it's like, if I'm going to do something I don't want to do, there has to be an other reason, like, oh, I'm doing it for a friend, or maybe I'm curious about this thing. It can't just be an automatic yes all the time because of these, costs that I'm discovering.
I remember early in the pod, we would discuss this, and you would say, yeah, I say yes. And I end up doing a lot of stuff. Like you said something like, I end up doing a lot of stuff I don't want to do. Like, and you said, Karo, what do you think? I go, never had that happen in my life.
Right,
I just say
right,
no.
right. Well, has that now happened?
Uh, but that's a great question. Yes and no. I would say I have done things that I chose. I think it's a little different because you people are asking you to do stuff and you kind of feel a little obligated.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm just thinking of the example. Remember from a couple of months ago, I told you I went to that birthday party in Pasadena,
Yes.
which I could have. No one was. I was not obligated. This was like a tertiary friend.
Yeah.
But I more went because I'm like, you know what? It'll be an interesting new crew.
Yeah.
And then I was there. I was like, I could have
Right.
done without this.
But can we back up for a second? Because we
Yeah.
both agree that friendship does run on obligation.
Yes, I
So
was able.
inherently, there are some things you're going to do that you wouldn't just do.
What's interesting about it is that the way a buddy of mine was asking me about this, the way I think about it, I don't even, if someone, a good friend, invites me to their birthday, to me, that's not a yes or no decision. So I don't even count that in my subset of choices. That's just what you do because when you're born is a birthday.
Right. I like that. So I really like that. I like how you're framing that because you're saying there isn't a decision for things that just out of friendship you just do.
Yeah. I mean, there's certain things that it's not, I mean, obligation is,
Right.
I think we had like a friendly discussion about the word obligation. Obligation isn't necessarily pejorative. Like that's your job
Right.
as
No,
a friend.
I do. I think, look, friendship is a commitment to somebody else.
Right.
Right. So, like, inherently, sometimes you're doing something for somebody else. A relationship is the same way.
Right.
Parenting's the same way. You're doing things for others. It's an obligation. That doesn't mean it's right. It doesn't. It's not a negative, right? Obligation isn't automatically a negative thing.
Right.
Duty isn't negative.
Right. Right.
It's actually um, great to be close enough to somebody that is an obligation.
I mean, in a weird way, I don't mind the, well, I'm sure I've complained about obligation in the past, but there's no decision to be made, so there's no fretting, so there's no.
But I like how you're taking the decision making out of it because again, I have this new theory that like you cannot run your friendships based on like your motivation.
Right.
Like going to a party. So I think what I'm hitting on is what you've settled on in your life is that you've taken the decision out of it. I'm saying people are using the wrong rubric right now, right? They're using like, oh I'm tired, so am I going to go to my friend's party?
Right.
Right. So, because if you're going by that, the answer is going to be no. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger was talking about working out, and he was like, if you rely on your motivation, you're never going to get fit. You have to rely on the obligation of it, the habit of it. And, so it's like the obligation makes it not a decision, right? Like basically, you've taken the decision out of it because you're putting it in the obligation bucket, not in the motivation or am I feeling it, or is this something I'm into or I'm not into?
Right. How's your boy the Liver King? How are your various influencers that you follow?
I mean, I'm not really,
Didn't the Liver King get
I'm,
indicted?
I think he did. I think he was. I mean, I think we all know he was on roids now. I mean, look, the influencers that I follow are, like James Clear's do, he's blowing
Is he
up
still
even more than ever.
is he still coming out with new shit?
3-2-1 rule.
Oh God, what is this?
I don't
Actually, I
even
want to
know. I
hear.
don't even know what it is. I don't even know. I just said it like I remember it.
Yeah.
But can we get back to the yes or no of it all? So you're a
Yeah,
no guy. No, I want to get into the no.
yeah.
So how are you? Like, are you softening your nose to people, or are you just now saying yes to some things?
Softening my nose, being like not being so abrasive, or being more likely to say yes.
Softening your nose and like, well, can't do it this time, but keep me in mind, which I think you kind of sometimes do, but you
Soft
not
pass,
really.
yeah.
Yeah, like, are you? I'm saying, like, are you indicating to people that you're more open to things? Like, how are you going from, how are you getting out of the? Because Mike said you're a default no guy, and if you don't want people to believe that about you, what are you doing?
Yeah. It's interesting. I will try to be more as my 2023 and 20 my 2024 and 2025 New Year's resolutions to be more reflective, less reactive. Usually I just say no uh instinctively. And
Right.
that's like it's not nice to the inviter. I don't feel good about it. Nobody feels good about it. So I'm trying to be more reflective about what I want to go to or not. Um, more receptive to invitations. But I still won't, listen, we talked about it in the big group friends. Remember when I got invited to this dinner with someone I didn't want to go to dinner with? I think probably Matt, mean like mean standard deviation
Yeah.
mean, probably just go. Um, And I think my mean Karo is still kind of like, I don't have time for that, energy for that.
So I want to ask about this. So I think what is also very important is whether or not your default yes or your default no. If it's something you weren't going to say yes to on your own, or it's an obligation or whatever, I think it's more important how you actually show up when you're there. Because even if you didn't want to go, I think you can't let anyone feel that.
Can we make a perfect segue into the listener question?
Was that a great one?
Yeah.
Was that a good?
Yeah.
Okay, amazing.
All right. We'll be right back with the listener question. Okay, guys, this is asking for a friend. If you have a friendship question or ethical dilemma, send it to us on Instagram. Our handle is Man of the Year Podcast, and we'll answer on the show, and we can anonymize it if you'd like. Okay. Dear Matt and Karo, love the pod. Thank you. This is a woman, by the way. I have a close friend who routinely declines invitations, but later says she misses everyone and feels excluded. However, on the rare occasion she does show up, she's low energy and clearly counting the minutes. I am stuck between wanting to be inclusive and feeling a little bit resentful. Is it reasonable to stop inviting someone like this who keeps opting out?
So, as I just kind of almost segued in, to me,
Yeah.
it's so much worse to show up in a negative way for people. So, there's nothing I like less than somebody who shows up at a party or at my house and isn't interested in being there, or is would rather be somewhere else, or is just like this woman said, what did she say, counting the minutes?
Low energy and counting the minutes.
There's nothing I like less than having somebody in my presence counting the minutes.
So, I mean, clearly that part of it, I mean, like, not cool. If that's, if that's what's happening, obviously we need
Yeah.
to always try to take into account, maybe they're sick or, I don't mind. And this is probably not what's happening here. When someone potentially has a conflict or something's going on and they pop in and pop out just to like,
Yeah. Because people, as we always say, you're not mind readers. People are always going through stuff, sure. But I
yeah,
still think there's a social obligation to throw your mask on. you
yeah,
know, in the car, in the Uber, pump yourself up and go, look, they're having a party. Let's bring the good energy. And if I'm not feeling it, I'll just leave.
right. I mean, you're in the Waymo, you're blasting your music.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Put
but I
your
guess,
put your emotional mask on. You don't forget to put your emotional mask on when you get there.
but what, by the way, check out our YouTube for Matt doing a weird mask thing. But what if you're actually like going through something, or you're getting over a sick, or you're, a breakup, and it's your friend's birthday? You're
Yeah.
saying just fake it, just fucking.
No, I'm not saying that. These are two different things. I'm talking about the person who just is like counting the minutes. Like, if you're
Oh yeah,
going through some stuff, it's okay to show up as your authentic self. I'm just talking about the people who don't want to be there because, like, oh, I didn't really want to go to this party,
right, right. Yeah, go up, have a drink, make some small talk. I agree with you. All right, I agree with you on that.
But if you're going through some stuff, it's okay if you see your friends there to be like, yeah, I'm kind of going through a tough time. Because, like,
Keep
that's
having to
friends
keep it positive.
for. No, I'm just saying,
I'm
like,
joking.
it's okay. Yeah, like, it's okay to, but I agree. But look, let's back up to the other part of the question, which is like, should I keep inviting this person who doesn't ever show up? Like, you're not obligated to.
Well, can we just discuss? She goes, she routinely declines invitations, but then later says she misses everyone and feels excluded. I mean,
That's
you
some
could easily
like,
fix
yeah, that's some weird, like,
that. Is it possible? Yeah,
sometimes people just say that as like a fake,
right.
that's like a we should hang out and we never do thing.
That's what I'm just gonna say. Is it possible these two people are not actually friends?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, you get how many of those, oh man, I wish I could have made it, sounds like fun. Like, how many of those are you going to give to somebody?
Yeah, I mean, especially if they're theoretically inner circle.
And then combined with when they do show, they're like, I got to be somewhere.
Yeah, who is this chick? I don't like her at
Yeah,
all.
yeah.
Um,
These are not great qualities that they're exhibiting. It's like a passive aggressive show up and a passive aggressive flake. What is
right.
that?
I'm trying to like devil's advocate here for this other woman. So maybe she's declining these invitations because she is like crazy busy. Maybe she's
No, she
got a
could
family.
be, yeah. But
She
even
does.
more of a reason to show up your best self when you've now skipped out on the last six things and then, did a weird passive aggressive thing of like, man, I wish I was there.
mm, it's funny. Our buddy Evan, who's I think we can say he's the world's greatest Tom Cruise impersonator.
Yeah.
Did we talk about seeing Tom Cruise yet on the pod?
Yeah, we did mention it a couple weeks
Okay,
ago.
yeah. We were at dinner. We saw Tom Cruise, the real Tom Cruise. But Evan has invited me to several, 3 to 5 things in a row.
Okay.
He always comes to my birthdays. He's the first one on my last birthday, and I just like couldn't make it. He lives near you, which is not that far,
Yeah.
but his last thing was like a Sunday at 5 o'clock. And like that's where I'm like starting to power down,
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah. Tough
And I
time.
was like, say that again.
It's a tough time.
Tough time, right? So I said, just to your point, Matt, I was like, should I schlep myself over there because I like, dude, this guy is like, I'm being a bad friend, and I knew I wasn't going to be in a good mood, so I didn't go.
Yeah, and I think that's the better move than showing up in a bad mood. I think the better move is to not show than to show up as your worst self.
Yeah, yeah. By the way, I probably have fun. I'd
But
probably
the
have fun.
answer is in the car pumping yourself up because you just slept. You just did the
Yeah,
schlep. You don't have to stay long. You just have to make those minutes count.
yeah. Listen, on my birthday, he had a conflict, so he actually got there before me, and we got to spend a little quality time together. And then he was the first one to leave. I was like, great.
Thing is, I don't expect people to do that, but I so value when they do, and I so appreciate. Like my lawyer came to a party for like 4 minutes and brought over a bottle of wine, and he just could not make yet another event. And I
Yeah,
don't think you have to do that. That's a lot. That's going above and beyond.
good bottle.
Yeah, it was a nice bottle, but it's also like some people would view it as, oh, I can't believe he came for 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Nah.
You know?
No. I know. I'm pro that. You
Yeah.
know me. I like to be the first
Yeah.
person. If you're the first person at a party, you can leave whenever you want.
Yeah. I mean, don't you always know when somebody shows up first? It's because they have somewhere else they have to be.
Well, not Fireball Adam.
That's true. Some people are just good like that. But I'm just
Yeah,
saying, for
he's
the
got.
most part, when somebody shows up super duper early, you're like, oh, okay, you're leaving in 15.
Yeah. But you know what? I don't know. Don't
I'm
mind. I mean, it
okay with
depends who
it.
it
I mean,
is.
I'm okay with it. I'm just,
Yeah,
that's what's going on.
yeah. So I would say is I would slowly phase out the invitations. I wouldn't cut this person off. I would
Yeah.
slowly phase it out, and then it'd be like, oh, you didn't invite me. And you're like, well, you never come.
Also, slowly phasing it out lets you see if they'll ever invite you anywhere.
Oh, that's a good follow-up question. Like, does this person invite you? Does
Yeah.
this person invite you anywhere? Okay. Okay, good. I think we answered that. Guys, that was asking for a friend. If you have a friendship question, send it to us on Instagram, uh, and we will answer it on the show. All right, let's talk about a little bit more about saying yes. Now that you've been saying no a little bit more, do you have any like part of what I don't like about myself is I will say no, but I'll also like be obnoxious about it. How do you handle a no, an outgoing no?
I mean, I definitely do it in a very polite way. I'm not like, no, but look, to me, I handle it with sometimes the truth, but you don't always have to just be like, I'm just, we're staying in this weekend, we're keeping like you can. The thing is, we now have a built-in excuse in this phase of our life to say no to anything.
How often do you lie?
I,
Use the
I
kids as a
don't,
lie.
I don't lie I try not to. I really try not to. But the slightest sniffle is enough to say somebody's sick.
Right. Exactly. I think that like, listen, if you get invited to a poker night and you have you're not going to go. You have 2 options. Hey, Julian's not feeling well, or I don't really want to go. I mean, what do you do?
I'll just say I'm not really into it. I'm not feeling it tonight.
Okay, all right. So that's a little bit more Karo esque.
Yeah, no, I think I've gotten a little more into the like, yeah, I'm just not feeling that tonight. But again, it comes from a place of like, that if I am, if I am have the energy, I'm going to show up.
Right. You have a little bit more. God, what's the word? Goodwill.
Yeah, I've built in some social capital and goodwill for sure
It's
that I
interesting.
can
I almost,
spend on
yeah,
those. Like I can
I
say
have,
no to things for a while.
but I have a little bit of goodwill the other way. Like, oh, well, I didn't expect you to come anyway, so I don't feel I don't feel bad anyway.
That's true. And then when you do show, it's a pleasant surprise.
The best is I love when I get invited to something that I do want to go to, and or a birthday that I would go to no matter what. It's like a text or an email, and I just write capital I, capital N, period, send.
I
In.
love that. Me too.
Yeah.
Just saying in. I like being one of the first people to say in.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Have you ever like side chatted with someone else and be like, I want you to say in first so people
Oh
get
yeah,
excited?
yeah, of course. The smaller group within the small. Can I tell you something nobody said yes to the other day, and I was kind of upset. In my
Okay.
dad's crew here, I bought a new guitar because I felt guilty. Very second kid thing. Like, I was playing music for Brenner all the time,
Yeah.
and then like
Actually, I
I
didn't
popped,
even really know that.
and then I popped a string like a year ago, and I haven't played a single song for Julian.
Yeah.
So I went to Guitar Center, and they were like, "Yeah, just trash it, just get a new one."
What, because of
So
string?
no, because it broke the bridge. Brenner was like throwing it on the ground a bunch, which is not
Well,
great.
yeah. Yeah.
Uh, so the guy goes trash it, and then I go to the guy. I go, I'm in the guitar store, and I go, I probably have a crazy question. I don't know if you probably maybe you've heard this one before. I go, how do you smash a guitar without hurting yourself?
Nice.
So he showed me a video of him smashing his last guitar against like a concrete wall at a playground, and he showed me the
Jeez.
proper angle and everything. So then I texted my dad crew in the neighborhood, and I was like, does anybody want to come smash a guitar with me this afternoon in an alleyway? Not kidding, it's very therapeutic. And everybody just laughed, and I was like, no, I'm serious.
So did you
Nobody,
do it?
I haven't done it yet because I want somebody to do it with me. So I think Dan might do it with me today. I'm gonna bring it in the car.
All right. First of all, I just love that you're gonna do it. That's like
Oh
a
yeah,
funny, that's a funny it's funny that you asked the guy. It's funny that but it's
he
funny
had
that's
a
even a
video. He said
yeah.
nobody's ever asked me that before, but yet he had a video ready for it. He's been waiting for somebody to ask him that for years.
It is sort of very Matt though, of like, I wouldn't even think of like asking somebody to do it with me.
Well, it just feels like something more fun to have. I was just thinking of Office Space. Remember when they're smashing all
Yeah,
the
yeah, 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 yeah.
stuff?
I mean, you need someone to film it. I'm assuming you're going to film it.
Well, definitely, obviously,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It is
content,
crazy. What'd you say?
content.
Yeah, it is crazy though when you see like Nirvana. Like, did they just destroy their own? Like, why do people do that?
Because it's awesome. By the way, when the video show, he's like, "You're not going to break it on the first hit." That's the misconception.
I mean, if I had to guess, I mean, you got pretty good torque. The head's just going to break off of the handle.
Not right away. This guy was a
No,
big dude.
really.
I'm guessing third try it breaks.
Damn, it's like a pinata.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know that. I always thought like first smash, and he told me swing it like a tennis racket.
A forehand
Yeah.
swing, like, I mean, as opposed to like
Or
over
he
your head.
said, yeah, he said, don't go over it. He said, either do axe chop or tennis racket.
I mean, I get axe chop, tennis racket, so just one handed.
I
No, two
guess
hand.
two-handed, but like a two-handed forehand, I guess.
Yeah, two handed forehand. Yeah, I would see that. I would also like maybe put your glasses on.
Well, that's what I said. I said, I don't want to get any splinters in my eye. And like, should I turn the strings? He said, turn the strings away.
Jesus Christ. Why am I getting a call that you're in
Well, I'm
the
a
ER?
little, I know Jesse, I said, Jesse, I shouldn't tell her about this.
No, 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 no. Just send her the thing and say, look what I did.
Yeah.
Oh my God. All right. Well, we'll have to do a follow up. Can we do a follow up in a couple episodes on what happened there?
Yeah.
All right. Are we good? Anything else you want to
Yeah,
add?
no, I want to. My takeaway is that I think it's healthy that both of us have moved away from our extreme positions And I want to say to the audience, if you are a yes person, I would love to hear whether, let's hear, are you a yes person or a no person? And, are you assessing that as you get older? Do things change that make you want to be more yes or more no?
I love it. All right. Thank you guys so much for listening. Always remember, be good to your friends, be good to yourself. Love you, buddy.
Love you too. You said that wrong, but it's all good.
Yeah. Fuck.